Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy. Today we are currently at the Discovery Center for Vesta Properties, where they are currently doing a public consultation on their 45-story proposal for towers here at 200th Street and 82nd Avenue. If you look behind me, this is Latimer Village, where Vesta has built a mega community centered around their residential base as far as their commercial base. It's mixed use, so CD zoning. On this piece of land, however, after they've finished developing all those quadrants, they're currently proposing, even though the maximum height is 6 stories, they're proposing 45 stories. So today is an information session where they are explaining some of the things that they are doing for the community, as well as what this proposal is going to look like. 200th Street and 82nd Avenue brings us to the Latimer Neighborhood Plan, which is part of the OCP for this community. It's right beside Yorkson's Carvoth, as well as, it surrounds Jericho Neighborhood Plan. For the Latimer Neighborhood Plan, the current property is designated for 60 units to 79 units per acre, which is your typical, it's like the condos behind me. So what they want to do is they want to rezone it to intensify the 200th Street corridor with a mix of transit supportive uses and densities, setting the stage for future rapid transit along the corridor, which means that likely what they envision is it's going to look like the Canby corridor, where it's supported by mass transit, where there's condos everywhere. So what they hope to see in the plan is concentrate the density to a small building footprint, drastically reducing site coverage, significant increases to outdoor amenity space, introduction of indoor amenity space. So I guess that would be like your public library, your fitness gyms and pool, improved treatment along the public realm such as public restaurant, enhanced walkway, eliminating or reducing the retaining walls along the property line. Speaking of public restaurant, they do have a rendering of what they envision the restaurant to be, and it looks similar to the Cactus Club restaurant at Jackpot Plaza downtown, right beside the convention center, where it has its green space above the building, if you look at the picture right now. A general information session is only between you and the developer, which means that the developer wants to know what you think, so that maybe when they bring it towards city council for public hearing to change the zoning, they know what your arguments are and they're better able to prepare for it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a township council that makes the decisions on whether this project is going to go through. Right now, from what I'm hearing, it's a bit mixed. Some councillors are supportive just because we have a housing crisis, and some aren't supportive just because Langley has gone through a lot of development and there's lots of catch-up that needs to be done in order for there to be adequate schools, make sure that the fire department has the resource they need, the police department has the resource they need. There's no transit here, for example. All of those things city council needs to consider. Another thing is, at the end of the year, there's going to be a municipal election, which means that your mayor and the city council seats or township council seats are up for election, which means that what which means that their decision will affect whether or not you're going to vote for him. Maybe they say that this is just a small piece and you're going to vote for them on all the other issues. Maybe they think that they need to vote a certain way for this project just because they need or don't need a certain number of votes, or maybe they need donations. Keep in mind that as of, I believe, 2018, developers can no longer, so any corporation, regardless of whether you're a trade union or corporation, you can no longer donate to a candidate. It has to be individual donation. This is Langley's community. You directly have a say as to what happens in your community. If you like towers, then go to a public hearing and let them know that you want towers. If you don't like towers, if you think that there's stuff that needs to be catch up, make sure you let them know. Right now, they're just proposing one tower, but if you look at, for example, Coquitlam or Port Moody, it always starts with one tower, and then all of a sudden a whole bunch start popping around, and all of a sudden these people behind me in the 6-story buildings are all living in a shadow. When they purchased it, they only knew that it was going to be 6 stories. They didn't know that this property was going to be 45 stories. So unfortunately, if this goes through, they might be living in the shadows just because the sun goes that way. Thank you for putting up with me and going through this video. I hope this video was informative. After this information session, they're likely going to be bringing it in front of Township Council, where you get to voice and they get to come up with counter arguments, and hope, or you can tell Township Council whether this project is needed or not needed. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll like and subscribe to this video. Let me know in the comment below where you stand on this project. I know it's very controversial in the community. It's going to be, I think, the tallest building here in the township of Langley. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let me know in the comments below what you think. And hopefully, when this goes to public hearing, our township councilors make the right decision. Thank you for watching.